Hi students, in the last session, that is class 1 of unit 2, we have seen about addressing modes and instruction formats of 8086. So now in this session we are going to see about the instruction set of 8086. Okay, so in the instruction set of 8086, so in this session I am going to discuss about introduction and classification of instruction set of 8086, and in that classification I am going to cover one complete instruction set, that is data or transfer or data movement instructions of 8086. Okay, so now let's get started. So this is a basic instruction set of 8086 consists of 117 basic instructions. The total number of instructions for 8086 are 117, and the 8086 instruction set is classified as 8 instructions. So 8 group of instructions. So first one is data transfer instructions, or this is otherwise called as data movement instructions. As the name itself indicates that in this instruction set, the instructions will help to transfer data from memory to registers or memory to memory, like that. Okay. Second one is arithmetic and logical instructions. Third one, string data transfer instructions, program control or transfer instructions, or branch instructions, control transfer instructions. Fifth one is iteration control instructions. Sixth one is processor control instructions. Seventh one is external hardware synchronization instructions. Eighth one is interrupt instructions. Okay, so this is the complete 8 categories of instruction set of 8086. So total number of instructions are 117. So in this session we are going to cover the data transfer instructions. So among all those 8, so data transfer instruction, arithmetic, logical instructions, and this program control transfer instructions, string data instructions, these are somewhat vast instructions. So rest 4 are somewhat small instructions. Okay, small number of instructions they will be having. So now let us see about data transfer or movement instructions. So data transfer instructions are divided into 4 types. They are called as, first one is move instructions. Second one is load effective address instructions. So you can see the purpose of the group of instructions will be embedded in the name itself. Okay, so load effective instructions are of 3 types. They are LEA, LDS and LES. So now you are going to see about all the instructions here, and we are going to study about instruction, the purpose of instruction, the syntax of instruction, and a small example programs and live example running in this session. Okay. So third one is push and pop instructions. So push and pop instructions are of 4 types. They are push, pop, push F, pop F. Okay. So we know push and pop will be associated with this stack memory. Fourth one is miscellaneous data transfer instructions. There are 5 instructions in this. So exchange, XLEAT, SAHF, LAHF, and in or out instructions will come under data movement instructions. So these are the instructions that we are going to cover in this session. Okay, so data transfer or movement instructions. Now, so first one we are going to cover is move instructions. Move instructions. So for any instruction that we are going to categorize, and we are going to present in 5 points. Okay, so first is name of the instruction. Second point is syntax. In this way, if you represent in your exams also, it will be very nice to get good marks. And third one is explanation, or else some purpose of the instruction, explanation or functionality of that particular instruction. Fourth point is examples on that instruction. Fifth point is programs on the particular instruction. Okay, if possible, we are going to present all those instructions. I am going to present you all those instructions in these 5 points. Okay, so first one is name of the instruction is move instruction. So move stands for movement instruction. Okay, so second point is syntax. The syntax of move is move destination comma source. So as in general terminology also, we know that source is a point where our data resides, and destination is a point where our data wants to go there. Okay, source means originating point and destination is the reaching point. Okay, so it is a general purpose instruction to transfer a byte or word, whether this operation may be of 8-bit or 16-bit. Okay, we can access general purpose registers in both 8-bit and 16-bit wide, right? So in this, it is a general purpose instruction to transfer a byte or word of data from source to destination, or that this instruction copies a byte or word from source operand to destination register. Okay, destination register, or else it is destination operand. So what are the possibilities of operands of source and destination operands? Means the transfer may be from register to register, register to memory location, or memory to register, or immediate number to register. Therefore, the source operand may be a register or memory location or any intermediate number. Okay, so that means we can write a direct number to memory, or else we can write direct number to a register. Okay, like that, or else we can copy a data from register to register. Like that, we can move data from source to destination. Okay, so these are the few examples here. You can see move AX comma BX. This instruction copies BX data of BX register to AX register, because this is source and this is destination as per the syntax. So move AL comma BL copies BL register content to AL register. So move AX comma DX means from DX to AX will go. Next one, here move AL comma content of SI. So move AL comma content of SI means content of SI is copied to AL register. Okay. So move AX comma content of 4000. So directly memory location 4000, the data present in 4000 memory location is copied into AX register. So as it is 16-bit register, it copies 4001 and 4000 data. Okay, this we know from physical memory organization and even and odd bank dividing. Move AX comma 1234. 1234 is the immediate number that goes to AX register. Okay, so here you can see the program that I have written. Move SI comma 4000H, move AX comma content of SI, move SI comma add SI comma 0002H, move BX comma content of SI, add SI comma 0002H, move CX comma content of SI, add SI comma 0002, move DX comma content of SI into 03. Okay, so now I am going to run emulator from my side, and I am going to show you how I am going to copy data from memory locations to these registers. Okay, so initially all the values of registers are 0 zeros. So see, this is my memory. Okay, so first instruction. So let me explain you theoretically. After that I will run the program, and on the screen you will be able to see how all the registers are getting updated. So you can see here move SI comma 4000H. So let us consider this as 4000 memory location, and we know the very next memory location is 4001. Next one is 4002, and this is 4003. This is 4004. This is 4005, 4006, 4007, 4008, 4009, like that. Okay, so the memory location will be okay. So after that we don't need, that's why I have not represented. So now I am going to give data here. Okay, I am going to embed data here. Okay, so in 4001 memory location, the numbers I am going to give 16-bit numbers that I am going to give here are 4001 and 4000 memory locations. Always we know the even memory locations will consist of even bytes, and odd memory locations will consist of upper bytes, like that. So we are going to give our number. So this number should be copied to AX register. Okay, so from next number that I am going to give is 5678, Next number I am going to give is A, B, C, D. Next number I am going to give is E, F, 1, 2. So these are the hexadecimal numbers that I am going to know. So my program operates in a way that the first 4000 memory location is copied to AX register, and next memory location 4002 is copied to BX, 4004 is copied to CX, 4006 is copied to DX. Okay. So now I am going to run a program. So rather than showing you manual debugging, okay, so now I am going to show you with 8086 emulator software. Okay. So students, this is EMU 8086 assembler and microprocessor for version 4.08 software. So I have copied our program to this one. So now I am going to save this file. Okay. So I am emulating this file, and we know the data that is there in our instruction set. So this is 4000 memory location, this is 4001, 4002. Okay, so let me be a bit clear here. This is 4000 memory location. This is 4001 memory location, 4002 memory location, 4003, 4004, 4005, 4006 and 4007. I have already explained you this one. So now we are going to give our data in the software like this. Okay. So in 4000 we are going to give 3, 4, 4001 we are going to 1, 2, like that. I am going to give the data. You can see the process now. So going to aux here, and I am going to memory. So I am just going to give my 4000 address here. Okay, so in 4000 address I have to give 3, 4, and in 4001 address I have to give 1, 2, and in 4002 address I have to give 7, 8, and 4002 address I have to give 7, 8. In 4003 I have to give 5, 6. In 4004 I have to give just the data that I have to give on 8086. In 4004, that is CD, right? CD. In 4005 it is AP. In 4006 it is 12. In 4007 it is EF. Okay, so all the values from 4000 you can see here: 4000, 4001, 4002, 4003, 4004, 4005. Okay, so like that we have given. So I am updating it. So now let us enter into single step mode. So move SI comma 4000H. Automatically SI is moved to 4000 here, and instruction pointer got incremented by 1. And next move AX comma content of SI. So now SI register is at 4000. So from 4000, 4001 the data is 1, 2, 3, 4. AX is loaded with 1, 2, 3, 4 data. Next add SI comma 02H. So SI should be increased. You can see here for each and every instruction pointer is getting incremented by some points. Okay. So it won't be 1, it won't be 2, depending upon the instruction size and depending upon instruction format, instruction pointer increments. So now move BX comma content of SI. Now 567 is copied to BX register. And next, again SI have to incremented by 2. So now SI is at 4004. So now move CX comma content of SI. ABCD is copied to a CX register. And again SI should be incremented by 2, that is 4006 it is. And now DX register is copied to EF12. Okay, so this is the status of registers after executing our program. Okay, I hope you understand this one. So now let us get back into our previous one. So in this way the program will be copied to those registers. AX, in AX after execution of the program you have seen on the screen, it is 1, 2, 3, 4. In BX it is copied as 5, 6, 7, 8. CX is copied as ABCD. DX is copied as EF12. Okay, so in this way you can write data, or else you can move data from memory locations to AX registers. Okay, so I have explained you with the help of software emulator 8086. You can download it from Google also. And next one is load effective address instructions. So the purpose of these instructions are used to transfer the address from offset address of the variable or memory location named as source to corresponding 16-bit register named as destination. Okay, so this instruction they are used to transfer address from you can see here, from offset address of variable or memory, okay, to 16-bit register named as destination. So these are used to transfer only address. Okay, so these instructions are used to transfer address or of variable or else any memory location to any 16-bit register. So there are 3 instructions in this. They are LEA. LEA stands for load effective address. Second one is LDS, load data segment. Third one is LES. LES stands for load extra segment. Okay, so first one is load effective address. After completing all these 3 instructions, I will show you some programs. Some programs on these instructions. Okay, so first one is LEA, load effective address. So syntax of this load effective address is LEA destination comma source. The purpose or else the functionality of this instruction is this instruction determines the offset address of variable or memory location named as source and loads that address into 16-bit register called as destination. Okay, so this instruction evaluates the offset address of variable or else any memory location that is called as source, and that address is loaded to the corresponding 16-bit register. All these instructions will be operating on 16-bit registers only. Okay, so the main point that you have to keep in mind is flag registers are not affected by LEA instruction. So this instruction won't affect any flags. So example, LEA comma 3000. So 3000 H is the memory location. So this value, this offset address is loaded into our AX register. Next one is load data segment, LDS. So syntax for this LDS, destination comma source. Okay, so this instruction copies a word from 2 memory locations which is indicated by source into a register which is indicated by destination. Then it copies a word from next memory locations to DS register. Okay, so here we are dealing with 16-bit. So we are dealing with 16-bit means the memory locations will always be, so you know about the physical memory organization of 8086, right? So in physical memory organization of 8086, our memory is divided into 2 banks. One is even bank and odd bank. So if you consider this as 2000 and the next one is 2001, and each memory location can store only up to 1 byte. Okay, that means 8 bits. Okay, so if we are accessing 16-bit registers here, so the corresponding 2001 and 2002 correspondingly works here. Okay, so this we are going to load our data segment. So if you give here, see here, LDS CX comma content of 3000. So in content of, if you consider this as 3000 now, 3000 and 3000 memory locations. So if this is the data, 2311 is the data that is there in these locations. So now CX register is loaded with this data 2311. And next locations, what are the next locations for this 3002 and 3003? So you can treat the values are AB12 like this. So these values that we manually put into memory, that we give into the memory. So these value, the next two memory locations AB comma 12, and data segment is loaded with AB12. Okay. So this instruction does that. So after execution of this instruction, CX is loaded with the data of memory locations 3001 and 3000, and data segment is loaded with the next set of memory locations. Okay. So we are going to see an example program also on this LDS. So the live example follows. So LES, load extra segment. Syntax LES comma, sorry for this. This is LES space destination comma source. Okay, so instruction copies a word from two memory locations which is indicated by a source, okay, into a register which is indicated by destination, and then it copies a word from next two memory locations to extra segment register. So as I have told you, same like LDS, same follows here also. Can see here LES AX comma 5000. So now let us take this as 5000. This is 5001, 5002 memory location, 5003 memory location. So data is 1122 AB CD. This is the data here. So after this execution of instruction, AX register will be having the data of 5001 is to 5000. That means AX register will be copied with data of 1122, and extra segment is loaded with the data of ABCD. Okay. So in this way we can load our segment register. So these the purpose of these instructions are to copy the effective address. Okay. So we can load our data segment and extra segment values like this. Okay. So after execution of this instruction, AX is loaded with data of 5000 and 5000 memory locations, and extra segment is loaded with 5003 and 5002 memory locations. And excuse me for these mistakes that I have done. Okay. So we are going to see small and simple programs on these LES, LEA, LES and LDS instructions with emulator software. So here this is a very simple program for our LES, or else the same logic for LDS also. So you can see here I have copied a data directly in the program itself by using immediate addressing mode. So to location, memory location 3000, I am sending my number 1234H, and to memory location 3002, I am sending my 16-bit address 5678, and I am using LES here. So LES AX comma 3000. So now let us see what happens when you execute this program. So I am emulating this one. Okay. So here the program is there, and no need to go into memory and no need to give all the data now, because I have already given directly using immediate addressing mode. Okay. So entering into single step execution mode. So you can see here instruction pointer is getting executed and nothing is happening to our register rather than instruction pointer. Why? Because it is directly copying our data into memory. It is not getting affected with any of our registers. Okay. In the next instruction also. So now LES AX comma content of 3000. So you can check out here, AX register is copied with memory location 3000 value 1, 2, 3, 4 and extra segment is loaded with 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so the data of 3002 and 3003. Okay, in this way our LES works. Okay, so now check out for LDS also whether it will work for LDS or not. That means our data segment has to work. So I am saving my program LDS here and now I am emulating this one. Okay. So entering into single step execution mode, you can check out no registers are getting affected except our instruction pointer, because instruction pointer has to be executed step by step. So this is code segment is to instruction pointer. Yeah, you can see here after execution of LDS, AX register is with 1, 2, 3, 4 value and DS register is loaded with 5, 6, 7, 8 value. Okay, ES register remain calm. Okay, so this is about LES and LDS instructions that can be reflected here. Okay. Okay, so the next set of instructions are push and pop instructions. So we know that these push and pop instructions comes only whenever stack memory comes into picture, and these are classified into 4 instructions. They are called as push, pop, push F, pop F. Okay, so first one we are going to see is push, and for push the syntax will be push space source. Okay, so this instruction copies the content of source into stack memory. So always remember whenever syntax consists of source means that is the source that we are having. That means our data is there in that particular source, whether that source may be a memory location or else a register or else any offset address. Okay, so this instruction copies the content of source into stack memory. This instruction is used to load data into stack memory. Hence, source operand is a register and destination operand is a stack memory. By default, the destination will be memory of stack. Push AX. Example is push AX. So, in this instruction copies word from AX to stack memory. And another is push SI, push SP, push CX, like that you can use all the instructions. Okay, so you can't use push extra segment, push data segment, you can't use segment registers for this push instruction. And next one is pop instruction. So syntax pop instruction is pop space destination. So this instruction is used to remove or receive data from stack memory. Okay, so this instruction removes the stack memory data and puts into the destination register. Okay, so hence the source operand is stack memory. We don't know the default source operand is stack memory here, and destination operand is register. Okay, and example for this is pop CX, pop AX, like this. So that means the data from stack memory is copied to CX register. Okay, the data from stack memory is copied to AX register here. So push F instruction, the syntax of the push F instruction is push F itself. There won't be any source, there won't be any destination. Okay, so this instruction falls under implicit instruction. Addressing mode is also implicit addressing mode that we have seen in our earlier class. This instruction copies the flag register values into stack memory. Okay, pop F. This instruction copies the stack memory into flag register. So this instruction copies the stack memory into flag register, and push F means it copies flag register values into stack memory. Okay, push F and pop F. So these are the instructions that are associated with stack memory as well as flag registers. Push means the source operand is flag register value and destination operand is always stack. In pop, always the source is stack and the destination changes. In pop F, the destination is defaultly it is flag register. So the syntax for pop F is also pop F itself. There won't be any source and there won't be any destination here. Okay, this is about pop, push pop, push F and pop F. Okay, so now we are going to see about miscellaneous data transfer instruction. Okay, so these miscellaneous data transfer instructions, these are 5 instructions that will come under these. They are XCHG, it stands for exchange. Second one is LAHF, it stands for load AH with flag register. All the name itself indicates the functionality of the instruction. We are also going to see about the functionality and few live examples for these miscellaneous data transfer instructions. Third one is SAHF, stores AH register with flag register. XLAT, replacement instruction, in or out, these are the port instruction. Okay, so now let us see one by one in detail. The first one is exchange, XCHG. Syntax of this instruction is XCHG space destination comma source. So this instruction exchanges the data of destination operand with source operand. So destination operand can be a memory location or else register. Source operand can be a memory location or register, but you have to keep in mind that source and destination operands cannot be memory locations in this instruction at a time. Okay. That means you can copy move XCHG AX comma content of memory location, right, 2000 you can write, or else you can write XCHG content of 2000 comma AX, but you can't write 2 memory locations at a time. That means exchange this memory location and this memory location, because it is completely associated with memory, and this instruction is always works with 8086 and there is no involvement of registers here, and you should not represent 2 memory locations at a time for XCHG. Okay, so also segment registers cannot be used in these instructions. So examples for this are exchange L comma BL, exchange L comma content of SI, exchange BX comma content of DI, exchange content of DX DI comma AX. So you can use index registers or pointer registers here, but you can't use any segment registers. So we are going to see a small examples on these instructions also. Okay, so next one is LAHF. So LAHF stands for lower byte of AH with flag register. Okay, so syntax is again this comes under implicit instructions of 8086. So syntax itself is LAHF because we know source and we know the destination here. So this instruction copies the content of lower byte of 8086 flag register to AX register. That means from flag register there is lower byte and higher byte. The lower byte of flag register, last 8 bits of flag register are copied into AH register. Okay, some sort of data movement. So if you see if the flag register value is 2530H, after execution of LAHF, AH is copied with the last bit, that means 30. SAHF means store AH to flag register. Okay, so LA means AH flag to AH, SAHF means AH to flag. Syntax is also, this comes also under implicit mode. So syntax is the instruction itself, SAHF itself is the syntax. So this instruction stores content of AH register to LSB of flag register. From AH register to, it stores the last 8 bits of flag register. Okay. Next one is XLAT. So syntax, this comes also, this also falls under implicit instructions of 8086. XLAT itself is the syntax. Okay. So this instruction replaces a character for a byte in AL register, and that character is from the lookup table of memory. So from lookup table of memory, it copies a character or else byte and it moves to AL register. Okay, so from memory lookup table to AL register. Okay, and next one are in or out instructions. These are completely port instructions. So that means whenever if the 8086 is in interfacing mode, whether with 8255 programmable peripheral interface, or else simple example is 8279 keyboard interface, like that, whenever 8086 is in interface mode, then only we use these instructions. Okay. So in-out instructions, these are associated with the port, and the port will be having a specified address. Okay, so first is in. So syntax is in destination comma source. This instruction is used to copy data from a port to accumulator. You can see here, from a port to accumulator. So always the destination is default AX or AL register. Okay, now. So if an 8-bit data is read, then it will go to AL register. That means destination is AL register. And if 16-bit data is read, it will go to AX register. That means destination is AX register. So source comes from the port. So you can see examples in AL comma 80 means AL is the accumulator here. It won't change. For destination, always it is AL or AX here. Okay, depending upon the data, if it is 16-bit data or else if it is 8-bit data. So 80. So what is 80 means? The address of the port. So move DL comma 02 in AL comma DL. So this is direct port addressing mode. Okay, direct port addressing mode that you don't have in syllabus, but just I am telling the names, direct port addressing mode. And this is indirect port addressing mode. Okay, port addressing modes of 8086. If you have interface, then only port addressing modes comes into picture. Okay, so we don't have any interface concepts in our syllabus, so these won't come in our picture. So move DL comma 02 in AL comma DL. Okay, so next move DX comma 0 FF E0, and here EX comma DX. So this is hexadecimal number. So for hexadecimal number, you have to keep 0 in front of it. AX comma DX. So this is here, it is 16-bit byte. Okay. So like this you can use your in instructions. And next one is out instruction. So syntax of the out instruction is also out destination comma source. The out instruction copies a byte from AL or a word from AX to specified port. Byte or word from AL or AX register to specified port. Out means it delivers to the port. In means from port to 8086. Out means from 8086 to port. The source operand is accumulator. Always the source is accumulator, whether it is 8-bit or 16-bit, and destination operand is port number, whether the port number is 8-bit or 16-bit number. Okay. So example for this are move AX comma 1 2 3 4 out 80 comma DX. That means to address port address 80, and the data 1 2 3 4 will go from AX register. Okay. Move AX comma 2 3 4 5 move DL comma 0 to out DL comma AX. Like this you can use your out instructions. Okay, so this is the complete instruction set of 8086. We have covered all the instructions of 8086. Okay, so move we have seen, and load effective address. And load effective address we have seen about push and pop instructions and miscellaneous data transfer instructions. So these are the few live. Also we have covered all the examples in 8086. Okay, I hope you understand the data transfer or data movement instructions of 8086. So in the next session we are going to cover our all arithmetic and logical instruction. Next session is going to be somewhat longer session. That means one session will be of arithmetic operations of 8086 with live example, and one session will be logical instructions of 8086. Okay, so that's it for instruction data movement or data transfer instructions of 8086. I hope you understand this session. Thank you.